Good morning and welcome to Convocation. There we go. All right, good morning and welcome to Convocation. We're going to get started this morning with some announcements. We have a number of folks lined up, so if you could please come on down in the order you're standing there, that'd be great. Introduce yourselves and share your news with the community.
Hello, my name is Ava Brocksterman. I am one of the co-editor-in-chiefs of the Collegian this year. We are the student-run newspaper, and we're very excited to be leading it this year. So I'm going to pass it off to Mason to tell you guys a little bit more about it.
Oh yeah, can we get the Collegian slide up, please? One more. It's the red one. No. So close. It's there, I promise. There we go. All right. As Ava said, my name is Mason Bolin. I'm the other co-editor-in-chief for the Collegian this year. We're really excited to get started, and we're also really excited to announce that we have a full staff this year, or this semester. Be on the lookout though, next semester we will be probably hiring some more people. Just gotta take a look in the budget and all that fun stuff. If you scan this QR code, it goes straight to our website, Collegian, like Bethel something.edu. We have our first article posted by Sammy over there, so make sure to go give that a read, and there's going to be a ton more articles coming your way. We also have an Instagram, just at Bethel Collegian, so that's it. Make sure to subscribe, scan that QR code, support your peers. They work really hard on these articles, so yeah.
And follow the Collegian Instagram. I think it's Bethel Collegian on Instagram. We'll post all of our articles and updates there as well.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Hello everyone, my name is Luz Mayora. I am the worship coordinator this year for chapel. I just wanted to invite everyone to chapel this week. We're going to have Matt Thrift from Corner Heights Church. He's going to be speaking on the parable of the lost sheep. There will be music, there will be parables. I hope to see you there.
Could I get the software slide, please? Hello, everyone. I'm Angel Hernandez, although many of you know me as Mango, and I'm the president of the software club this year. This is the same club that Caden MacArthur started last year. I'm pretty excited to keep it going this year, and I have just a few things to say about what the club is about. Collaborative projects. In the real world, coding is a team effort. Here, you'll get to practice working together on projects with other people in a low-pressure, non-graded environment. Real-world coding experience. Many of you in the software development program may have heard of making mini projects such as making a calculator. Well, I bet most of you already have a calculator in your backpacks. Instead of making little assignments like calculators, we'll be making projects you can actually use outside of the classroom. Hackathons. We'll also be taking part in hackathons, which are fast-paced competitions where you and your friends compete with others to build a project in a short amount of time. They're really fun, and they also help you make real-world connections in the tech world. Finally, it looks good on your resume. These projects can go directly on your resume. Employers love seeing hands-on experience and proof that you've actually built things. And then obviously, stay ahead of the curve. We'll cover tools, languages, and topics that you might not see in your classes yet. Come to our first meeting on Thursday at 7 p.m. in the CAD Computer Lab if you're interested in WAC 101. Hope to see you there.
BCCJP slide, or does that work? Okay, yeah. Hi, I'm Moses. I'm the co-president of BCCJP. We have an initial call-out meeting at 5:30 tomorrow. There's no real club membership or commitment, so if you're interested, you can just show up. We do some things, like we have a meal at the homeless shelter every semester. We host an open mic night. We do other events. If there's anything that you want changed on the campus, you can come, and BCCJP tries to organize things if there's enough group interest. So yeah, tomorrow at 5:30, you can show up if you are interested. Thank you.
Hello everyone.
My name is Josiah Buller. I am heading up intramurals this year, along with me and Noah Schrog. So we are going to be starting intramurals, I think, on Sunday. We're going to be doing pickleball. So look out for your emails for the sign up. We have a new website this year that we're trying out, and there's an app, so you can kind of sign up through that. So we're still working out some stuff with that. So just be on the lookout for emails about intramurals this year. Thanks.
Can we go back to that previous slide real quick on Faith Formation Seminar? The Faith Formation Seminar gets together once a week for 10 weeks to read a book and talk about it over snacks. We're going to meet at 2 p.m. in the library on Fridays. If that fits your schedule, you're welcome to join us yet. We will be starting on Friday, so let me know if you'd like to join the class. You can get 0.5 upper level credit for joining the class, reading, discussing, and then writing a real short paper at the end, and it's a good time. So feel free to sign up. We're going to talk about open and relational theology this semester. All right, well, thank you all for all of those announcements. We'll talk more about announcements in just a little bit as well. For today, we'd like to start off with an introduction to Convocation. Oops. And then we'd like to turn things over to the Student Government Association, and they'll provide you some important news and updates about SGA. So, welcome to Convocation. Convocation comes from the prefix con, meaning together, and vocation, meaning calling. Convocation, then, is a purposeful summons to community. Convocation is the one place where the Thresher community regularly gathers, where we see everybody's faces all at once, where we're summoned to form a community attentive to things that really matter for us and for our world. Our lives here at Bethel College are interwoven, and when we show up attentively to this unique space, we build the habit of those connections. And when we in the audience give the gift of our attentive presence and support, this all builds community. We also extend our community in hospitality that we offer to the guests and speakers that address this body. So, the main focus of Convocation is on community. We invite you into that process and presence for this semester and this year. Paul of Tarsus has provided our motto of sorts for Convocation from 1 Thessalonians chapter 5. Paul urges that everything ought to be tested. Even if we really like the speaker, we ought to weigh carefully what the speaker is saying instead of just agreeing with them. Even if we're really challenged by what the speaker says, we ought to weigh what is said to see if it might contain a kernel of truth. Paul invites discernment of all things so that we may hold fast to what is good and abstain from what is not good. So from each experience here in this place and beyond, take the good with you and learn wisdom in light of what you decide to let go of. This testing is done in community, so discern within yourself and discuss along the lunch table or in the residence hall and bring it up in class this afternoon as well. This shared experience and discernment in community is a key part of what Convocation is. Some things that you can do to improve the community, the gathering at Convocation, are to show up and to scan in and out when you arrive and when you leave, to give the gift of your attentive presence to this gathering, to show up and pay attention and look the speaker in their eye and help them know that you're paying attention to what they're saying. You can also be mindful of the room and aware that even if the subject matter isn't personally engaging you for this day, it might be hitting your neighbor in a particularly strong way. So please be mindful of the different experiences, backgrounds, thoughts, and expectations that we all bring to this gathering, and be mindful of the differing ways that what we hear impacts each of us. You can ask a question during the Q&A time. That always helps us to extend the conversation in meaningful ways. And you can tell us about how we can connect with your campus organization also. So be reaching out to Convocation coordinators. We also occasionally look for people to serve as respondents for Convocation speakers. and prepare a question in advance that they'd be ready to ask and extend the conversation. It's important to acknowledge that when we gather together, we come from this whole variety of experiences and backgrounds, too complex even to begin to comprehend. As we gather, it's often important that we do address issues of importance for our community, even if they're difficult. And as we gather, we want to care for one another and for ourselves. We'll do our very best to provide notice ahead of time if there will be difficult content for the morning. Please read Convocation emails carefully, though even then, frankly, it probably won't be possible for us to catch everything in advance. There may be times when you thought that you were ready to talk about something that connects with you in a particularly strong way, and you discover that you weren't quite ready just yet. Or you may be surprised when the way a particular presentation sparks memories or causes you to re-experience past events. Or something may come up that no one expected. Please take care of yourself in this gathering. Please note the support resources available to you, which you can find on those handy resource wheels scattered throughout the campus. And the student life staff can help connect you as well. If it ever does become too difficult for you to remain for a convocation, please just scan out as you normally would to use the restroom, and then reach out to either Trent or to me, either by yourself or through another staff person to communicate. Thank you for being a community of support and care, and for being each other's strength here at Bethel College. You belong and you matter. One of the great ways to get word out about your organization's activities is through the convocation announcements, and we heard several this morning already. Thank you to everyone who provided an announcement. If your organization wants to present something to the community, please email convo@bethelks.edu by 3 p.m. the Sunday before. This must come on behalf of a student organization or Bethel College department or division or area or office. And as you send in your announcements, please carbon copy your organization's advisor as well, so that we know that they're informed and that they can sign off on what you want to present to us. We also have an opportunity for your organization to provide Convo credit to the rest of the student body. If you are planning an event that you think would fit well with the learning objectives of Convocation, please ask for the form to make that request and find a way in which it connects with Bethel's mission, vision, and values. It needs to be supported by a Bethel College department or office or affiliate, and it needs to have a Bethel College employee in attendance and support at least 2 Convocation learning objectives. So if you feel like you have something that might fit those criteria, please consider submitting it for possible Convocation credit to extend the range of opportunities available to get to your Convocation credit target. I'm going to go over just a little bit of our Monday schedule for this semester and then turn things over to Trent Voth for additional information. So for today, in a little bit, once Trent and I are done going over some of the nuts and bolts of Convocation, we're going to turn things over to our Student Government Association. We don't meet next week because next week is Labor Day, but in 2 weeks we'll gather back here for a presentation by Kylie Preheim, who graduated in 2018. Kylie Preheim is a junior high math teacher here in Newton, and Kylie got to participate in a research fellowship that went on an excursion to the Antarctic. Kylie will be here in 2 weeks to present on that research and that excursion. Then on September 15, we're going to hear from Matt Friesen on vocation, supported by a generous grant that we have received. And this connection will also take place with first year seminar, who will gather here in this space prior to Convocation on that day for some time with Matt Friesen as well. We'll get to hear from a student life selected speaker on September 22. Those plans are still in the works. We'll let you know as soon as we know what will be happening on that day. Then the week after, on the 29th, we'll hear student travel reports, both from the Biological and Cultural Richness of Mexico class from this summer, and also from the camp nursing class from this summer. We're looking forward to hearing updates and experiences from these student groups. KIPCOR will be presenting then on October 6th. We look forward to hearing from them. Our Menno Simons lecturer this year is the Scottish scholar Kat Hill, who will be presenting on October 20. Then we're going to try an experiment, we hope, on October 27, where we have a dispersed Monday morning convo hosted by different student organizations. So you can kind of choose your convo experience for that day. We're still working on plans for that, but student organizations, please be in touch with the Student Government Association and with convo coordinators if you think that your organization might be willing to offer some convocation input on Monday, October 27. Then we get to hear from preacher Luke Powery, who will be here for the Worship and Arts Symposium. That's coming up on November 3. We'll hear from a first generation speaker on November 10. Plans are in the works for this yet as well. And then we'll wrap things up on our Monday Convo cycle for this semester with Title IX updates on November 17. My name is Peter Gorzen. I teach in the Bible and Religion department and am one of the Convocation co-coordinators. Most people around here just call me Peter, but if you like titles, you can call me Professor Peter or Professor Gorzen. I'll answer any which way. Thank you so much, and I'll turn things over to Trent now.
Well, thank you, Peter. Yes, my name is Trent Voth. You can call me Trent. Most people do, but you could also call me Professor Voth or Dr. V, I like. My role in today's presentation is to walk you through what the requirements are to get Convo credit and kind of how things work. If you've done Convo a lot, you may want to pay attention because we've changed things a little bit. To start off, I want to remind you all that Convo is a class. It meets from 11 to 11:50 here on Mondays. Now, we also make some allowances for you to get Convo credit through other activities and events, but this is the class. So it's best practice and wise to plan to be here till 11:50 every day. Sometimes, rarely, we might be able to get out early, but 11:50 is the time that you should plan to be here. You can expect the first 5 minutes or so being given to announcements, and then a presentation till about 11:40, and then a Q&A from about 11:40 to 11:50. As you already picked up on, you'll need your student ID when you come to class. That's how we award credit, through your student ID scanning. If you want, you can take the chance to take a photo of your student ID. If you're gonna take a photo on your phone, make sure that it is large, that it is clear, that it is well lit. A photo on your phone is a backup plan. The ideal plan is to have your student ID. And as we're rolling out employment experiences, we have more and more Convo scanners, so those scanners will be at most events. That's the primary way to get Convo credit. If you have a question or need help scanning, you can ask those Convo scanners. If it's a simple enough thing, they may be able to help you, but they will probably just direct you to me or Peter. One of us is always up front hosting, and the other one is always in the back, kind of corralling. So either Peter and I will be back there to help you. Around 11:10, we close the doors, as you may have noticed. And if you need to get up to use the washroom, take a phone call, to take a mental health break, we encourage you to do that. As you're leaving, there's a Convo scanner stationed by each door. And we'd ask you to scan out as you leave the room and then scan back in when you come in. That makes sure that you get credit for being present. When we dismiss, as you may remember from last year, our Convo scanners are going to come to the front, and we dismiss from the front row to the back. So if you value getting to lunch early, you may want to sit closer to the front. And we have encouraged our Convo scanners not to scan anybody on their way down to the front, and we'll keep an eye out for that. Okay. We are changing things. It used to be that you were required to attend a certain number of events. If you were a senior, you were required to get to 16 Convo events. Everybody else needed to get to 10. We're changing it. We're going to award points for each kind of Convo event. If you are a senior, you need to get to 1,300 points. If you're anybody else, you need to get to 1,000 points. The reason we're doing this, we want to award you credit for anything that you go to. And switching to a point system allows any athletic event attendance to count. Any fine arts event attendance to count. So that's one of the goals. Another goal is to make Mondays more important. We want you to show up for this class. We want you to be here to listen to these speakers. So Monday Convos count for more points. The more efficient way to get done with the class is to show up Mondays. It also allows us to give partial credit. So now we're going to start focusing on your attentiveness on Mondays. And you will get partial credit for using your technology in non-approved ways, that kind of stuff. So we're moving in those kinds of directions. Here's the point system. Monday Convos count for 100 points. That's about 10% of the total. So if you come to 10 Monday Convos, you're done. Okay? Wednesday chapels count for 50 points because they're half as long. But we're going to cap it at 4 instead of at 2. So if you remember needing to go to 2 chapels, or that you could go to 2 chapels and get 2 Convos, now you're going to have to go to 4, but it's the same amount of time. Generally. I mean, chapels generally go about half an hour. Athletic events, there's no cap anymore. You can go to any. They count as 10 points. Okay? Now, I hear the rumblings. We've got a plan. Hold on, we've got an idea. Fine arts events count for 20 points. That's because there are fewer of them. Right? There are a lot more athletic events on campus than there are fine arts events. Theater event counts for 50. Events like Beyond BC will count for 20. Campus convocations count between 10 and 50 depending on what the event is. Let me talk about athletic and fine arts events. We're going to introduce an idea called Thresher Nights. Every team is going to have a competition, one of their games, one of their home games that's designated as a Thresher Night, and you'll get 50 points if you go to that game. Okay? So you can go to any football game you want, but there's going to be one football game that counts for 50 points. That's the game we want most students to go to. There's going to be one volleyball game that counts for 50 points, all the others count for 10. So you can actually get more points by going to athletic events than you could in the previous system, but you're going to have to be a little bit more strategic about how you do it. Does that make sense? So we've asked the student athletic team? No, what's the student athletic leadership team to help identify which home games will be the Thresher Nights. We're encouraging them not to make it Fall Fest. Fall Fest, the stands are going to be full. So we don't want it to be on that night. Everybody's going to be there anyway. So we will announce when the different Thresher Nights are for which events. We're also reaching out to the different music ensembles that they also will get Thresher Nights that count for 50 points. Hold your question. I might be able to answer it here in a little bit. Okay, but I see you. All right. Our encouragement to you is to strategize. The most efficient way to complete the course is to show up Mondays. If you want to do the least amount of work, that's the way to do it. Show up Mondays, scan in, scan out, go to lunch. 10 of them you're done, unless you're a senior, and then you got to do 13. The quickest route, I looked it up. I did research over summer break. The quickest route is to attend the first 5 or 6 convos here, the first 4 chapels, the first 8 athletic events, the first orchestra concert, 2 Thresher nights or 2 50-point campus convos. That gets you done by about the end of September. All right. No, you strategize. You strategize. I strategized for myself. I wanted to see. Now you look and go find it. All right. No, I'm not going back. No, you strategize. Okay. I'm not doing the work for you. All right. How to get credit if there are no scanners. Okay? If there are no scanners present at the event, and maybe there will be an event where we don't have scanners, or maybe we were supposed to have one there and they didn't make it, for whatever reason, if there are no scanners, you need to take a picture of yourself at the event that clearly identifies that you are at the event. I have gotten pictures of a volleyball court with nobody in the picture. I can't tell who's supposed to get credit from that. The person that emailed me? I don't trust that. So you need to be in the picture, and the event needs to be in progress. I mean, if the basketball game's going on, that's fine, but like, there needs to be some evidence that you're not just standing out at the football field, right? Email it to convo@bethelks.edu. Option number 2. You can get an event program. You can put your name and only your name on it and your ID number. Have it signed by a Bethel employee and turn it in to Peter or me. We're not going to take photos of programs anymore, and here's why. I got this photo. It's for, looks like a basketball game, Bethel versus Sterling, signed by Tim Schwartzendruber. There's no student ID on this. And then I got these. I don't know if you can tell, that is the same signature. 3 different students sent me the same program. So we're not taking photos of programs anymore if you want credit for that event, and there are no scanners there. If there are scanners at the event and you didn't scan, sorry. Yeah. Find the scanners. Okay, so if there are no scanners present, take a photo of the event, email it to us. You need to be in the photo and the event needs to be happening. Or you can find a program, have it signed by a Bethel employee, put your name and ID on it, and drop it off with me and Peter. Okay? Distractive tech use. We are cutting back down. We are restricting how you use your devices in this space on Mondays. Okay? We understand that using laptops and phones can be helpful for educational purposes, and we're going to encourage you to use those for the purposes of Convocation. Now, when you arrive, before things have started, there's a grace period. You know, you're sitting in your seat, you're checking email, you're catching up on whatever, social media. That's fine. But once the speaker begins, we are going to be paying attention to how you're using your technology. If you're using it to take notes, if you're using it to visit lecture-relevant websites, that kind of stuff, we will do our best to honor that. If you're watching a movie, I sat next to somebody last year who watched Avengers Endgame during Convo. If you're watching a movie, if you're using it to watch film of your sport, if you're listening to music, that kind of stuff, we're going to begin to restrict that. On the first infraction, noted. On the first infraction, you're going to get half credit. You're going to get half credit for that convo. So instead of 100 points, it's 50 points. Okay? Now, if you didn't like that, you're really not going to like this. The second time, you're not going to get any credit, and we're going to assign you a seat. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. We're going to assign you a seat. Part of Convo is learning how to be a good audience member. Part of Convocation is learning how to be a good audience member. And as a result, if you're struggling, that's okay. It's okay to struggle, it's okay to learn, but we're going to help you. We're going to help you by giving you a seat that we know you're trying to learn in. Okay? So, that's our tech use policy. A couple of other things to note. We take a photo of the auditorium at various points throughout the lecture time. If you feel like you didn't get credit but you were here, you can come to us and try to find yourself in the photo. Okay? That has actually saved some people. There have been times when the scanners glitch or they didn't catch your barcode, and the photo has actually helped people get credit. So that's one of the reasons we do it. Secondly, the area in the back that is kind of a raised platform, we are reserving for faculty, staff, and community members that come in a little bit late because they're coming from class or whatever, and for people who have disabilities that need to be closer to the door. So that seating area won't be available for students going forward. Other than that, let me just make sure that I've said everything I want. Check the Convo schedule, check your accumulating points. Okay, we want to do questions now or hand it over to SGA? Okay, we're going to hand it over to SGA, and then if there's time at the end, we'll answer questions. If we go a little bit over, we'll give you that time back. All right, you bet.
Okay. Oh, I am on. Good morning, everyone. How are we feeling after that? Morning, yeah? No? Okay. No. All right. No, we're good. Peter and Trent worked very hard on Convo, so we appreciate them. Thank you. So today we're doing something a little different. Usually SGA has a full convocation just to go over everything, but we're not going to do that today. We only have about 20 minutes left, so we're just going to introduce exactly who we are as people, what we do for you, and some of what SGA can do for you. And so yeah, let's get started. Slide, please. I think there's a clicker, Lainey. Can you guys? Thank you. So first, we're gonna hit our SGA mission statement. Every club and organization has a mission statement, and so we have one too. We serve as a unified body to include, advocate, and support the student body. No matter your gender, age, nationality, or sexuality, SGA will stand behind you with full support. We strive to meet these goals through congregation, consultation, and convocation with the administration of Bethel College. And right here is your full exec team that stands to uphold this mission statement. And we also have many other positions that do the same thing, which you will learn about later. Can we click in? Thank you. So now here is your executive branch. So my name is Taryn Paulino. You might have seen me before. I am your acting president this year. Then we have our Vice President, Hope Jacobs, your Chief Justice, Ben Jansen, Secretary of Treasury, Gavin Rogers, and Public... There we go. Yeah, and then your Secretary of Public Relations, Lainey Mays. Thank you. And so we're just going to do some little introductions. So as I said, my name is Taryn Paulino. On a more... general level, I do cross country and track here at Bethel. I try to run. Yes. I am a biology major with a chem minor because who wants to do all that chemistry? Some of you only, not all of it. And on a more personal level, I love my dog Lily. There she is right there. And there we are, not sharing a smoothie, but almost doing so. I love my friends probably more than they'll ever know. And I also thank God every day for what he's done for me. On a more, I guess, professional level, or just what you should know, is that I am also just a student here at Bethel College. I go to class, I do what I can, I'll make sure I'm at Convo now, and, yeah, that's what I do. I'm a student here, just like you. And I'm a student who just happens to be very passionate about my student government. I love SGA. I love it a lot. It is very apparent to my friends because maybe sometimes I might talk a little bit too much about it. But due to loving that, I worked my way from a senator all the way to your president now. Freshman year, I was a senator. Last year, I was vice president, and now I am your president. And part of my job as your president is to listen to you. That is my job. I am here to listen to you, to advocate for you, and to work for you. My job is to bridge the gap between the students and administration, and to the students and to the resources that SGA provides for you. A part of doing that is to get more people involved. We have a lot of positions open. Your background and your experiences will make SGA better. When people of various backgrounds come together, it only gets better. We need new views, we need new ideas, and we just need our student body to come together and help us out and support Bethel as much as we can. And I also cannot do this alone. As I said, I have an exec team right behind me. They support me and they tell me no sometimes, which is great because sometimes I need to be brought down a little bit if I get too excited on something. And as I said, we also need student support. We need student support. We need y'all going out to events. We need you advocating for what you want. We cannot fix things if you guys do not tell us. We need you coming to office hours, becoming a senator, talk to your representatives. That's what we need. And our exec team will talk to you more about those open positions that you can fill. Because everybody in here can have an opportunity to be a part of SGA and to represent you and your peers. So without further ado, I am going to introduce to you your Vice President, Hope Jacobs. Let's go.
Okay, so thanks, Taryn. Hi, guys. My name's Hope Jacobs. I'm a junior here at Bethel, and I'm in the nursing program. Oh gosh, I'll just try to talk through my slides, I guess. SGA-wise, I help lead our Senate meetings. They are Tuesdays at 11 o'clock. Our first one is tomorrow. We have a partial Senate right now since some Senate seats are still open, but we will be still voting on things. So if you want to come sit in as an audience member and just listen into what's happening, you are more than welcome to join us. It's in the SGA office in the admin building, so if you don't know where that is, just come and ask us. Speaking of Senate, we still have some seats open and elections are still happening. So if you live in Howry as a freshman, you can still apply for those 2 seats that are open. We also have 1 Voth position still open, I believe. So if you live in Voth and want to be a part of Senate, you can still run as well. And then if you're a commuter or you're a transfer student or you live anywhere at Bethel, we have 2 open seat positions as well. So you can apply for those if you don't want to apply for one where you're currently living. Back to my little slideshow. My first slide on the very corner of that top picture, that just shows that I'm in the nursing program, I guess. I want to help people. I want to be a CRNA. They help with the anesthesia side of nursing. So that's kind of my goal right now. Like Taryn, I love my friends very much. I see them all day, every day. I'm living in the mods right now, and most of my mod is actually in the nursing program with me. So we literally go from our mod to class to lunch, back to class, back to the mods. All day we're together. So I appreciate them very much. They tell me when I need to cut back, when I need to learn how to tell people no. I'm working on it. So I am very grateful for them. I also love bubblers. I almost always have one every day. It's kind of a problem, but it's okay. And then I love some good sunsets, sunrises. I was very involved last year. I'm trying to cut back with nursing and everything, but if you want to meet more people, seriously get involved. Bethel has so many opportunities to meet people, do your thing. You can also create your own club. So if we have a club, or if we don't have a club that you want to do, talk to SGA. We can help you put that together. I've been on mission trips for nursing. I won't go into detail, but they're pretty cool. I love my family and I love traveling. That's me and my sister when we went to Alaska last summer. So yeah, and then I'm also on the dance team here. So at football games, basketball games, we'll be there for halftime, come watch. And then later into our spring semester, we'll actually have a home competition for cheer and dance. And so Yep. We'd love to have your guys' support. We do a lot to help support our athletic teams here on campus. So, yeah, if you have any questions about Senate, about my personal life, about nursing, ask me. I'm a really open person. Just come say hi. And I'll pass this on to Ben, our Chief Justice.
All right, my name's Ben Jansen. I'm your Chief Justice. I'm a fifth generation farmer from Nebraska. Go Big Red. So yeah, I like dirt bikes, motorcycles, old trucks, classic cars, anything mechanical. Farming, storms. I used to show cattle. Still dabble in cattle stuff. I like traveling. I've been to Europe, most of the United States. Still got a few things to tick off. And I'm in choir and a member of Open Road. So come to concerts and Open Road events and whatnot. Yeah, so as your Chief Justice, I'm kind of in charge and overseeing all of the registered student organizations or the clubs on campus. If you have questions, if you are the head of a club and you have questions, feel free to email me or the SGA email. We'll help you out to the best of our abilities. Also, you should have gotten an email from me. I need everybody's membership lists by Friday for if you are the president of a club. So get that in, otherwise we're gonna have problems. So yeah. I'm also in need of some associate justices to help me run and look out for RSOs. So if you're interested in that, email me. Am I forgetting anything? All right, that's it.
Hello, everybody. My name is Gavin Rogers, or G-Bone. I'm a senior here at Bethel. I'm also part of the men's Bethel golf team. Very proud of that. And I am the Secretary of Treasurer. What that means is I'm in charge of maintaining and managing all the RSO accounts here and all of our accounts and allocating money to them. Also, shout out Dave. It's one of my favorite photos during Photo Dave. But also one of my favorite things about being part of SGA was actually how I became part of SGA. My cousin, if you heard of him, Hayden Wallace, he was the president my sophomore year. And his sister, Elena Wallace, was also president. So I felt a calling to be part of SGA, didn't know what it was gonna be. But I will say it was the best decision I've ever made because I got to be part of an amazing crew, work with amazing people, and sit a part of board of director meetings and see what's going behind the scenes at Bethel College. Other than that, I love my job. I love everybody I work with. And if you have any questions, reach out to us. Oh yeah, also, real quick, looking for an associate treasurer position. Since being a senior, I don't want to come back for a 5th year just to do this job again. If you are interested in this position, you just work beside me. I teach you everything that I do. It's really simple. If you like working with numbers, with finances, not doing a lot in SGA too, it's kind of easy. So if you're interested in that, reach out to me or anybody part of SGA. Thank you.
Good morning, y'all. My name is Delaney Mae Stewart. Please call me Laney. Delaney makes me feel like you're an op. So just to tell y'all, so I'm gonna be your Secretary of Public Relations this year, which means that I bridge the information of what goes on up here with us in our Senate to you guys. We want you to be informed, we want you to be involved. This government is for you, by you, so we're gonna need a lot of communication and you guys need the information to know what to communicate. So my blue, that's my husky up there. That is like my son. He is my best friend in the whole wide world. And that pimp in the blue onesie's me, in case you can't tell. Still got drip. Please laugh. So the best thing about me that I can describe myself to you is that my family and my village is everything. So everything about me comes from my family. I am blessed to have 6 grandparents, and everything they've ever taught me is what you see today. And I plan to take a lot of my life experience and all of my adverse life experiences with me to help communicate with everybody and keep everybody together. So yeah, thank you. I'm excited to work with y'all this year.
Thank you. So that was your executive branch, and now I just wanted to say thank you. And if you're interested in becoming a part of SGA, as we said, we had a lot of open positions. Senator petitions are due on Friday, and elections will be on September 3rd. So please reach out and get those outside the SGA office. But before we leave, we're gonna do a little game. So we mentioned one time, if you can answer my question, then we'll get you a $25 gift card, probably a Visa one or somewhere of your choice. So let's see. I just need a raised hand. My exec team is gonna choose whoever seems to do it first, and we'll see. Yeah, not before the question. Okay, it was mentioned one time. I'm gonna turn around so I'm not biased. Where is the SGA office? Up there?
Ad building.
There we go. It's in the ad building. Come see us. Yeah. Please email SGA your name and just everything, and we'll get in contact with you. Okay. Any questions about SGA? Okay. Thank you.